Assalamualaikum. My name is Alif Aiman bin Ahmad Rashid. I'm from BA49. Today I will present about the history of motorcycles. Who was the first to create a motorcycle? It appears to be a straightforward inquiry, but the solution is a little more involved. Motorcycles are evolved from safety bicycles, which have the same size, front and rear wheels and a pedal crank mechanism to propel the back wheels. Those bikes were descended from high wheel bicycles. The high wheelers evolved from an early sort of push bikes, which did not have pedals and have pushed by the riders, feet pushing against the ground. Because a few people are aware of motorbike history, despite the fact that bikes have evolved all across the world. Gottlieb Daimler, who subsequently partnered with Carl Benz to establish the Daimler-Benz Corporation, is credited with creating the first motorbike in 1885, having one wheel in front and one in rear, but with a smaller spring, loaded a trigger wheel on either sides. It was primarily made of woods, with iron-bended wooden sprockets, wagon wheels, and it was undoubtedly a bone crusher chassis. The introduction of the motorbike created the self-propelled bicycles, much as the vehicle was the solution to the 19th century goals of self-propelling the horse-drawn carriage. Edward Butler produced the first commercial design, a three-wheeler, in Great Britain in 1884. It used a horizontal single-cylinder Gosling engine positioned between two steerable front wheels and connected to the rear wheels by a drive chain. Because motorbikes are one of the most popular modes of transportation in the world. As a result, I believe the public should be aware of it. Motorcycles have several benefits over automobiles. They include cost savings on gasoline, the opportunity to avoid traffic bottlenecks, and they are also easy to repair and customize. Riding motorbike sharpens the rider's sense while also keeping their body fit. So, the topics that I choose is the history of motorcycle, and the three main points are the components, emissions, and the design of motorcycles. Okay, the first main point is the components of motorcycles. Motorcycles are built with 2-stroke and 4-stroke engines and up to 4 cylinders. The majority are air-cooled, with a few exceptions being water-cooled. Engine displacements are typically limited to around 118 cc. Moped from motor pedals are the tiniest designs with extremely small engines, which is 50 cc and full efficiency of up to 2.4 liters per 100 km. Because of their low speeds, such vehicles are not authorized on limited access public highways. The other 5 categories are kit bikes, trail bikes, road bikes, touring bikes, and racing bikes in descending order of power capacity and engine displacement. Superbikes are a subclass of racing motorcycles. These are motorcycles with displacement for more than 900 cc with seats lean forward such that the rider is stooped over the frames, resulting in a more aerodynamic profiles. The motorbike frame is frequently made of steel, generally in the form of a mix of tubes and sheets. Although some cast wheels are utilized, the wheels are typically aluminum or steel rims with spokes. Because of their excellent strength to weight ratio, graphite, composite, and magnesium components are becoming more popular. Tires are similar to those used on vehicle, but they are smaller and rounded to alloy lining in a turn to lower the center of gravity without losing grip. Twist-type controls are on the hand grip controls the clutch and throttles, which govern engine speeds. A lever near the hand grip controls the front wheel brake, while a foot pedal engages the rear wheel brake. Except on extremely tiny machines, the front brake is typically hydraulic disc. The rear brake can be either disc or drum. An electric push-button starter has mostly replaced the kick starter. Motorcycle transmissions normally have 4 to 6 gears, while tiny bikes may have as few as 2. Power is generally supplied to the rear wheel sprockets through a chain. However, belts or shaft or occasionally utilized. Next is the emission standard for motorcycles. Motorcycle style parts pollution requirements are being tightened. The United States Environmental Protection Agency (EPA) regulated new motorcycle hydrocarbon emission for the first time in 1980, mandating motorbikes to emit fewer than 5.0 grams per kilometer during highway travel. California and the European Union (EU) tightened hydrocarbon limits and put limitation on nitric oxides and carbon monoxides. In 2006, new motorcycle emissions in the United States were limited to 1.4 grams of hydrocarbons and nitric oxide and 12.0 grams of carbon monoxide per kilometer. In 2010, the EPA reduced the total limit for hydrocarbon and nitric oxide emission to 0.8 grams. The EU decreased emissions from new motorbikes to 1.0 grams of hydrocarbons, 0.3 grams of nitric oxides, and 5.5 grams of carbon monoxides per kilometer in 2004, and to 0.3 grams of hydrocarbons, 0.15 grams of nitric oxides, and 2.0 grams of carbon monoxides per kilometer in 2007. The EU reduced emissions by 0.17 grams of hydrocarbons, 0.09 grams of nitric oxides, and 1.14 grams of carbon monoxide in 2016, with a further reduction of 0.1 gram of hydrocarbon, 0.06 gram of nitric oxides, and 1 gram of carbon monoxide projected for 2020. Although the carbon monoxide limitation in the United States were not reduced by the law, the mandatory reduction in other pollution successfully reduced carbon monoxide emissions. Manufacturers add more advanced catalytic converters and fuel injection system to fulfill these clean air rules. The last one is the design of the motorcycles. The first process is the concept design phase. At CHD, concept ideation, sometimes known as pre-concept, is an important aspect of artwork. We can meet a wide range of customer needs, from broad design exploration to focus particular ideas working within extremely tight deadlines. Outputs range from sketch evaluation to completely rendered 2D proposals for client clinics, as well as 360-degree rendered 3D CAD presentations. The delivery of 3D CAD surfaces that have been worked through the various degrees of viability as necessary with concept engineers in our clients' organization or have gone through the concept engineering step inside CHD would be our formal definition of the ideal stage. Our team's designers and engineers are well versed in the manufacturing process required for the production of a power two-wheeler, and by the end of the concept phase, consideration will have been given to manufacturing methods and constraints, material and finish, homologation requirements, and BOM implications. The amount of information at this stage will be determined by the client's needs. The ideal phase may also involve a concept clay model followed by more CAD refining, or it may only require the 3D CAD release. Scale models can also be utilized to study design choice at this stage, but when physical clay development is a major necessity at the ideal stage, a fully sized model is more common. To conclude, there are several processes in developing motorcycles, which are the component, emission, and the design of the motorcycles. Clearly, motorcycles have been evolved since 2018, when the first motorcycle was only in the most basic form, and today, as we can all see, technology has helped us and change such motorcycles into the most contemporary and suitable. That's all for me. Thank you.